Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Temple of Light Centers for Spiritual Living, Spiritual Mind Healing Service. I would love to welcome all who take their time out to come here to watch our service today, whether it be online or on YouTube or on Zoom. We thank you so much for having attended. Now you'll have for you an affirmative prayer. So let us be still and know that we are all children of God and that God is present within each and every one of us. And we know that as we experience this unity together that has brought us here, we know that we develop a consciousness of love and truth in this encounter that we're about to have. And I know that everything that we experience here is an experience of learning, of growing, and of reaching our highest height. So we thank God for this unity of love and this consciousness of love here now. As I give thanks, I know that everything is fruitful tonight and we enjoy this presence here together. I let go and let God now, knowing that it is truly so, and so it is. Amen. Let us have a few moments of silence. So let us be still and just take the time out to just relax and be still. And let's just slowly open our eyes and be back to this present moment. So today I'll have a talk entitled The Power of Prayer, the power of your life, the power of your life as a prayer. So, good evening, everyone. I want to share with you a story about a moment of frustration that turned into a powerful lesson for both my teenage daughter and myself. It all began with her 7-week-old Shih Tzu puppy, who seemed to be struggling with potty training. My daughter was exasperated, declaring that she couldn't handle it anymore, and even contemplated giving the puppy away. As someone who practices spirituality, I saw an opportunity to offer her a different perspective. I explained to her that every time she got frustrated with the puppy, she was inadvertently planting seeds of incompetence in its ability to learn. I likened her emotions to seeds. And the more she expressed frustration, the more she would reap undesirable behavior from the puppy. However, my words didn't seem to resonate with her at the time. So I decided to let it be and went about my day. It wasn't until later, inspired by a talk I heard at the CSL Rockefeller Center in NYC, that I had a revelation about the concept of life as a prayer. You see, our lives are prayers in themselves. Every thought, word, and action we engage in is a form of prayer. Setting intentions for the experiences we want to attract. If we spend our entire day affirming what we don't want, it's no wonder our prayers seem to go unanswered. Just like planting weed seeds and expecting an apple tree to grow, or negative affirmations obstruct the growth of what we truly desire. Remarkably, without even directly sharing this insight with my daughter, I noticed a shift in her demeanor towards the puppy. It seemed that the realization had sunk in, albeit needing time to process. She stopped getting upset with the puppy. She stopped getting upset with the puppy, and gradually, with occasional setbacks, the puppy started to improve in its potty training. This transformation isn't limited to our words or thoughts, but extends to the actions we take in our lives. Take, for example, the story of the widow's mite from the Bible in Luke, where a widow gave her last coin in faith to the temple treasury. Despite its seemingly small value, her act demonstrated a consciousness of abundance, aligning her with the flow of prosperity in her life. So, my dear friends, let's be mindful of the seeds we plant through our words, thoughts, and actions. Guard your tongue. Observe what doesn't serve you and turn towards what does. Act with a consciousness of abundance, knowing that you deserve the best that life has to offer. Before concluding, I'd like to invite you to a musical interlude. I'd like to play My Life is a Prayer by Stowood. This song beautifully encapsulates the essence of our discussion tonight and serves as a poignant reminder of the power of our lives as prayer.
What if a prayer is not a plea, a desperate call with tears that fall on bended knee, but breathing out and breathing in, it's God in me that lives and breathes, my trusted friend. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. What if today I had the chance to move and sway? God leads the way in my life's dance. What if I knew without a doubt, no need to fear, God's right here within, without. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a
Here's an expert from The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, further clarifying this concept. Ernest Holmes says, in The Science of Mind, we realize that life itself is a prayer. Every thought we think, every word we speak, every action we take is a form of prayer because it is an expression of our consciousness. Our consciousness is like a broadcasting station, sending out signals to the universe and attracting back to us experiences that match the frequency of those signals. And from The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, your entire life journey ultimately consists of the step you are taking at this moment. Your life is a prayer, a continuous conversation with the divine. With every breath, you are affirming your connection to the source of all life. In closing, let us heed Ernest Holmes' words. Your life is a prayer. You don't have to struggle to make your wishes known. Simply live your life in alignment with what you desire, and it will be drawn to you. Thank you. So good evening, everyone. Could anybody give any examples of how it is your life is a prayer, has been shown up as, for example, I gave you with my daughter and a Shih Tzu, or is there any insights that you have come across from this talk? Or is there any questions that you would like that could enlighten you on this concept that you would like to ask? Do we have any questions, Vance or Steve? From the chat or anything?
Nothing yet. We have to give time for the delay with YouTube.
Okay. Any insights from the talk? Any experiences you would like to share which relates to this concept? In your life as a prayer? Or any questions that I could enlighten you with on this concept?
Nothing to do directly with the concept, because I believe I understand what you spoke about. I'm curious to know how you came by that song, though.
Well, I wanted a song that was in alignment with our teaching. So I actually researched online. I saw several ones. The first one was actually scrapped when I showed it to, especially when I showed it to Reverend Ann, because it basically was showed that, you know, what we don't believe in as some external thing outside of us that we are worshiping or that we are begging. So that one had to be scrapped. And lo and behold, just divine intervention, you know, just setting my intention. I really wanted to find a song and search. And I just came up with, I just Googled, I just said, my life as a prayer. And that was it, because I wasn't searching the other search words what I was using. And when I played the song, I said, this is really keeping the our teaching. So it would really be interesting to find out if the author and the singers of this song has anything to do with our community. But I haven't got any information.
We can research that further. I'm not sure they do, but I know that they have Stowood is the name of the group. Capital STOWE, capital GOOD. Is the names of the ladies, actually two ladies, one on keyboard, the other on guitar, and they both sing. And Karen Taylor Good and Stowe Daly. Those are the names. And so like you, I really found it, very interesting. It's a concept that is worthy of contemplation. So thank you for the introduction to this song.
Yes. And thank you for
Thank you for your story, because your story is really a story of answered prayer also.
yes. And that's where the enlightenment came from. That's exciting. I guess, as a mother, you want to find the right words and the right concepts to, teach your children and enlighten your children. And it was just out of that experience that enlightenment came, that it came, and I had remembered that talk that I had that Rockefeller Center, which definitely demonstrated that concept. So definitely enlightened about that concept. Further enlightened by the experience. So do we have any requests for a request at all online? Don't. I could go ahead and read the announcements for the church. I could go ahead. We don't have any. Okay. So every Tuesdays, we'll be having our spiritual mind healing service. Each Tuesday, it will be hosted by our practitioners, all of our practitioners, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And a Zoom link will be emailed out to all the members of our community on a weekly basis. So enjoy our spiritual mind healing service. Now, all of you feel free to donate to our youth ministry. Our youth ministry, you can support us by donating to the link donate.templeoflightcsl.org. Feel free to support our youth ministry. Now, we'll be having a book study, and this book study will be conducted by Reverend Sonia and the practitioners Steve Golding and Vance Gardiner. And this book study will be on Florence Scovel Shade, The Game of Life. And it is the secret door to success. So it uses the power of the imagination to enhance your lives, back up your beliefs and your thoughts. So I welcome you to explore this book with us. And I know that it will be a fruitful experience and an enhancing experience for your life. And
Before you move on,
Yes.
Chima, sorry to interrupt you. We did get prayer requests
Yes.
from Sandy.
Okay.
And it's interesting that it came from Sandy because we have a reminder about the Lifeline on Thursday as well. But we should address the prayer request first. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. So a spiritual mind treatment of peace, please.
Oh, yes. So let us be still and realize that there is one omnipresent God. We know that God is that perfect peace and serenity. We know that Sandy is one with his presence. And we know that there is peace from deep within the depth of our being. And that peace passeth all understanding. We know that peace is a stillness within our heart now. We know that everywhere she goes in peace. She expresses that peace and love, and she is surrounded by that peace. We know that only peace is her encounter, and we know for her that she has that consciousness and awareness of peace everywhere she goes, and love. We know that she's surrounded by it at all times. We know that she's saturated by the calmness and stillness of God within. So we know as that she experiences this peace, we know that all is well with Sandy. I thank God for this peace within Sandy and without Sandy and around Sandy and everywhere that Sandy goes. That peace is her pathway and is her expression and is her experience. So as we thank God for this truth and thank God for this peace, we let go and we let God and we let peace be still within Sandy now, knowing that it is so. And so it beautifully and peacefully is. Okay, do we have any other prayer requests?
No, Sandy says thanks for the treatment. We can, Vance, could you bring us up to speed on the announcements, Lifeline, please?
Mhm. Okay. On Lifeline this Thursday, Reverend Michelle will be interviewing two ministers, Reverend Derika Blackmon and Reverend Sarah Nichols, and they'll be talking about sacred activism, right? So there are some changes in the flyer after we did it, so that we're certain of Reverend Derika's situation, but then Rev told me that both of them will be on with her. You know, I haven't heard Reverend Sarah, but I've heard Reverend Derika, and she's not to be missed. She's known as the Irreverent Reverend, and she's really a speaker that is well worth listening to. I've not really heard Reverend Sarah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Vance. So, yes, just a reminder for book study, which will be held on March 7th to April 25th. On Thursdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. by our dear Reverend Sonia and our practitioner Steve Golding and Vance Garden. And the book that we will study will be The Game of Life, The Secret Door to Success by Florence Scoffel Shinn. And it will be such an enhancing experience for our lives. For the next, we'll be having a special Easter Sunday service. This Sunday, Easter Sunday service will be held by our very own Reverend Michelle. And it will be, there will be a special performance by our youth. So we can't wait to see what the youth has in store for us this Sunday. Everybody come along and, you know, encourage our youth. Your youth needs encouragement. Thank you so much. Also, please do feel free to donate to our outreach ministry. Okay, our outreach ministry goes beyond our CSL community, but we're spreading the truth beyond our CSL community and helping others in every way possible. So you can donate to that ministry at donate.templeoflightcsl.org. Thank you so much in advance for your contributions. All right, so let us gear up for the prayer for our center. We'll have prayer of our center. The Temple of Light Center for Spiritual Living is a sacred field embodying our spiritual community from which the Christ, peace, love, and joy emanate. To touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, and to liberate anyone who comes into contact with it in any way. The light of the Christ illumines us, our center and our environment. Our spiritual community is filled with and surrounded by the presence of God and is growing from strength to strength. The power of God expands our consciousness of truth, guiding us ceaselessly along the paths of wisdom, spiritual growth, unfoldment, and attainment. We are blessed, and to God be the honor and glory forever. And so it is. And our prayer of Jamaica. The radiant light of God's love is now flowing through us and from us, everything and everyone it touches. The eternal light of God's love now completely fills, covers, and surrounds our island, Jamaica. The glowing intensity of the light of God's love now interpenetrates and awakens within the hearts and minds of our countrymen and women the truths of life which set free. The light of God's love is growing and glowing in intensity in the hearts and minds of mankind everywhere. Love, health, harmony, goodwill, peace, uprightness, integrity, joy, prosperity, kindness, and our oneness under God are now established. And so it is. So we want to thank everyone for having come out tonight, and I'll just close with an affirmative prayer. So as we recognize our oneness with this omnipresent intelligence that is within each and every one of us, we know we are truly blessed. And we are blessed and thankful for having encountered this unity and this experience that we share together. We know that from our experience here, we know we take it as a spiritual learning and a spiritual growth and a spiritual empowerment to our highest good. And we know that our life is a prayer, and our prayer is part of our consciousness, and we are truly blessed. So as we take this truth and we take that experience, we take it wherever we go tonight and wherever we go from this service, we go with the knowingness that we are prayers. Thank you, God, for this truth. I let go and let God now, knowing that it is so, and so it is. Amen.